Want to win at Wordle? We'll show you how. We've got 5 simple strategies you can use to make each letter and each choice count. Be strategic. Stick around until the end so you can have a good laugh at my expense. I was able to deduce 4 letters and the right location for those 4 letters by the end of the second guess, and it still took me 6 turns to get the right solution. Wordle is the game that gives you 6 chances to guess 5-letter word. There's only 1 round released every day. At first, it may seem like a crapshoot whether you win or lose, but follow the strategies discussed here and you'll win almost every single time. Winning strategy number 1, focus on the letters that are most commonly used in the alphabet and work from there. In order, really quickly, and these are in exact order: E, A, R, I, O, T, N, S, L, C. So this means that you shouldn't start off with words like money, honey, quick, and others that don't have as many of these letters in them as possible. Strategy number 2. Once you get going, try and get two vowels. Set out by recognizing that the final word might have 1 or 3 vowels in it, but the majority of the words, of 5-letter words, have 2 vowels, and you can see here just how many they are. So after step 1, each move, you're going to try and find additional letters and position for those letters that you know. Okay, so the ones, i.e. those yellow squares. Okay, but again, try and get 2 vowels, and once you have them, move on. Winning strategy number 3. Don't waste too much time on finding the right spot until you have at least 3 or more letters. The focus is twofold: identifying the letters that are part of the solution as quickly as possible, and then finding their right location. If in step 1, for example, you only get 1 letter, regardless of whether it's a green or a yellow, focus on getting more letters before you worry so much about the correct placing. Obviously, this advice holds true if you get no correct letters the first time out. This means you should have a second word strategy, and we'll have a session on that in the upcoming weeks. I'd like you to invite you to subscribe to this channel. It's free, completely private, and you can unsubscribe at any time. By ringing that bell next to the subscribe button on YouTube, you'll be notified when we post new content. And by the way, you don't need a YouTube account to subscribe. You can subscribe with a Gmail account. When and what do we post? Tuesdays and Thursdays are for accounts payable stuff, and Saturdays at 9 a.m. we have new Wordle videos. It's my latest obsession. And we've got some really neat topics planned for the next few weeks that will help you win more Wordle rounds. Okay, strategy number 4. Don't include the least popular letters in the alphabet until you're narrowing down for your final selection. You can probably guess what they are, but in case you don't know, Q, J, Z, X, and V are the least used letters in the alphabet in that order. Q being the least used letter. So choosing something like Jazzy and Vixen for your first or second words would be horrible because you wouldn't get that many correct responses. Winning strategy number 5. Keep in mind that Wordle gives you actual information and implied information with each right choice. If it's green, it's obvious. You know where the letter must go, and no other letter that can go there. Now, you might be going da, but sometimes that tidbit of information gets forgotten when you're going through, especially if you're at the 4th or 5th choice. So if you know a letter has to go there, also no other letter can go there. All right, I promised one of my, well, I guess it was a success story because ultimately I did get the right answer, but it took me quite some time. So here's my game. I started off with my favorite starting word, stare. And as you can see, not only did I get 3 letters, but I have them in the right spot. So really, I only need to get 2 letters. So I started off by focusing on that second letter, like what could go after the S if it wasn't a T. And right away, I figured H. Okay, let me put an H there. And so if it's S-H-A, what could come next? And I came up with shame, okay? That's what I came out with as my next word. And as you can see, I lucked out with the H. So here I have 4 letters in the right spot. And let me show you quickly what happened. I'll give you a moment to think of what you would pick next. I picked shape, okay? And shape, the buzzer, wasn't the right word, nor was shade, not the right word. Now I'm starting to get a little nervous, okay? I started off so well, and I thought about it for a minute, and I thought shale. Okay, that's got to be it, shale. And I put that in, and now I'm thinking this is great. Going into the 6th round, and if I don't get it right this time, then what? Then I've lost after such a great start. But I put in shake, and voila, I was right. What's your favorite starting word? Remember, picking a strong first Wordle word is the first step to winning a Wordle hand. We've got a whole video on that issue. We'll link to it as well as our total Wordle playlist in the show notes below. On YouTube, a link to both should appear. As always, we appreciate your thumbs up, your subscribes, your shares, and your comments. Good luck and happy Wordling.